Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is a continuation of yesterday's video, so I'm doing the bit that's in the middle. So basically I'm going to show you a look so you know all the base that I've put on my skin, because you saw that yesterday. Okay, so we're doing Estée Lauder double wear, and then at the end I'm going to be doing a wear test to see how it wears throughout the day. I haven't got an awful lot of double wear products that are makeup products. They don't do that many, but they do an eyeliner and they do a lip liner. Now I've got the eyeliner in, I bought this one to do it. So this one is in, it's a lovely purple shade. Now what's it called? It is called, oh, I should have looked at this before I came on air. Night Violet, which is a lovely purple shade. I didn't want to get black because I've got black and I've got brown, so I wanted to try something that is a little bit different. Okay, really good products. Got a really good smudger at the end like this, and I did try this out yesterday and it did stay in place all day long. It sets really quickly, so smudge it straight away. Okay, so I'm going to use that. But now you can see that my face is I've done all the base, but it definitely needs to get some warmth back into it. It definitely needs to get some shine back into it. First of all, though, I'm just going to do my brows with Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. Now this one, this pot is about 2.5 years old and is still going strong. I mean, look how much is still in it. And it just doesn't dry out, and I find it's just so easy to put on with this. Now that looks like I've gone into too dark, but don't worry, it will all blend out nicely. The brush is perfect. This has got to work out as one of the cheapest eyebrow products that you could ever buy, because of how long it lasts. Hello, Jackster. I'm just painting on my brows, dear. What do you think? Looks a bit severe, doesn't it? But don't worry, we brush it out and then it doesn't. So when you're buying products, it's not always about the outlay. Sometimes if you've got the budget, you can afford to pay out a little bit more. When I bought this, it was £15. It's now, I think, gone up to £17 something. And the brush was £15. So the set cost me 30 quid. But it does last. And I think if I'd use this every day, I'd still have some left, but you know I mix and match my products. Please, Jack, I don't mind you appearing on my video. I don't mind you talking to people, but this is not the time to make mummy move, because otherwise I'm going to have an eyebrow that's up on my head.
Well, I'm just doing dances behind you.
Yeah, just don't do a jig and make mummy wobble, because then I'll have an eyebrow on my head, and that's not really a very good look. Now this eyebrow always comes a bit short. So can you see that? So it should, it's because I over plucked when I was younger and I plucked out the end one. So I'm just gonna fill that one in like so. So that it comes round to the end. And then brush that up. I still need to do a bit in that corner, I think. Yes. I'm not going to take any more product though. Just what I've got on the brush. I'm holding my nostril at the moment. Done. Brows done. Okay. Next step. Okay, now because I've done a very full coverage foundation and powder underneath, I look a bit flat, so I now need to add dimension to my face. Now I picked up this bronzer and Brush Duo from QVC. The reason being, I've got matte bronzers. But I just love the look of this brush. And the brush in itself is worth the money. And you get the brush for free. So have a look on QVC. But if you haven't got this, it doesn't matter. Any matte bronzer will do. You basically, a matte bronzer in your makeup kit is brilliant because it will just, you can contour, you can bronze with it, and it's not going to shimmer, it's not going to show up pores. And this is actually called an anti-aging matte bronzer. Let me just show you. Now, the thing is, you might say, oh, well, that's going to be too dark for me because Ali's using it. But it's not. It's, let me just swatch you a bit on the, it's sort of, I think this is going to work for everybody because of the tone. And that's certainly what they advertise it. And I've seen them putting it onto fair people. Because of the tone, it doesn't look too dark. And actually, looking at that on my hand, you think that's not going to show up on her. But it does. So the good thing about this is you can sculpt and you can bronze. So let me just add in a little bit of colour back into my... Sculpt out those cheekbones a little bit first. And a little bit around the sides here of my face. A little bit down my nose to sculpt my nose. Really easy, natural way to sculpt your nose. And a bit under my chin. So I'm turning the brush on its side to do that. And then if I take it the other way, I can just bronze up. And you can see it just adds a subtle warmth to your face. And I think this will work on all skin tones. And what I love about this brush is if I just hammer it down, can you see, apart from having hairs on my chest, they're not real hairs, they're molting hairs, not real hairs on my chest. I never match my face, and that's not because my foundation's too dark, it's just that my chest hardly ever in the winter sees the light of day. And so what I love about this brush is you can take a load of this bronzer onto the brush and you can sweep it across, and it doesn't look like I've put bronzer on. It just looks like, I'll put the link below. I just think this is really, don't want to get that on my top. It's just a really good, I'd buy it for the brush. The brush alone, I think is worth it. It's really good quality brush. And that is by IT Cosmetics. And I think if you go to IT website, it's like what these sets from QVC. You know, if you have to buy the brush separately, it costs as much as the whole set on QVC. So it's just, and it's very difficult to overdo this. And also, because you're doing it that way, you know how I squeeze a brush to do that? It makes that very easy. So let me just show you that. Sorry, I haven't done anything here. Now, I won't do that because I haven't done anything yet in terms of proofing my eyes. But you can actually, oh, let's just do it anyway. You can just do that and it will just give you a very subtle contour of the eye. Okay, now I also need to glow up because I am completely mattified. So this is not the time to go subtle on your glowy products because you've got powder all over your face. Well, I have. Okay, so I'll be right back. So I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand, and I'm going to have to squeeze some up. So you put this on, you turn the little dial, and you squeeze some up into the applicator. Can't see it coming up. Come on, there we go. And then you close it again, and that will do you for 2 lots of. And then you just dot this here and here. I'm going to put some up here as well. I'm going to put some down here and here and here. Okay, and I'm going to put it somewhere else in a minute, but I'll leave that for a minute. So I'm now just going to tap that in with my fingers. Okay, because I don't want to disturb that foundation underneath, and also I just think it looks better when you tap this in with your fingers. So this is going to give me a bit of glow back that I've taken off with that foundation. So when people say, why do people put on loads of makeup and mattify their skin and then add shine, the main reason that you're doing that is because by mattifying yourself with all that powder is keeping the foundation on. But if you don't need it to be ultra long lasting, then don't put the matte on and put less of this on. What I mean, guys, is don't put powder on your entire face and set your entire face with powder. Just leave the outside powder free. Okay, but that is going to give me a bit of shine back. Can you see? And now what I'm going to do over the top of that is I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury's Pretty Youth Filter in Pretty Fresh. And that goes perfectly over her highlighting wand. It gives a bit of something for it to cling to. Now watch this, guys, because as I push the brush with the Pretty Youth Filter onto my face, having told you to tap and not disturb the foundation, that's exactly what I do, and you suddenly start to see my hyperpigmentation reappear. So lesson learnt. I was just pushing too hard on the brush, so I moved the foundation. So you have to be careful when you're doing this and you've used such high coverage, to make sure you don't disturb what is underneath, especially when you're covering hyperpigmentation. Okay, thank you.
Stop following me.
So here is, I've got another hair. I must be molting at the moment. So here is the Pretty Youth Filter, and there is the brush, and what you do is you now this is quite pigmented, this one, but I can afford to do that. Okay, and the other side. Now, just to make sure that I haven't got lines, because at the moment I have, just go back over with that bronzing brush, just with the remnants of what's on it, and that will give it a good blend out. Okay. Do you see how that hyperpigmentation is still popping through?
Hi!
How much that would have popped through if I'd not put on all those other products. Probably because I've pushed the foundation a bit using that brush as well, but never mind, you live and learn. Okay, so now for the eyeshadow. Now this is what I did the other day, so I'm going to stick to what I did the other day. I was going to put on some MAC paint pot because that is very long wear, but because I'm following what I did the other day and somebody wanted me to show them how I did it, I'm going to show you this. So I took some of Charlotte's light wand, and with my fingers I dabbed that onto my eyelids. And actually Jack liked this look on me as well. What have you done to your hair? Is this your new look? Do you want to tell them, give them a tutorial while I'm putting this on?
Oh, just do this.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, actually, I like this hairstyle.
Did you use any products?
Nope.
No, just your hands.
Yeah.
And go the economical boy look from Jack. Okay, so I've just dotted that over my eyes. For some reason, this one's gone on a lot sheerer. Come on. Okay, so now I'm going to get to the eyeshadow. Okay, so now I'm going to follow a Wayne Goss tutorial, which is what to do with hooded lids. And this is what I did the other day, and the look that somebody wanted me to do. And I'm going to find her name and give her a shout out at the end. But I'm very bad at remembering names. So don't worry, I'm going to give you a shout out at the end. Why not now? It's Jess. And what Wayne said is you pick a darker colour. Now I've got this MAC palette that I made up myself. And as you can see, I've put stickers, transparent stickers, so I know what all the shades are. I love this palette because I made it up myself of the shades that I like. So there are no colours in here that I don't use. And I'm going to go in with Embark, okay, which is this dark colour here. And I'm going to use the method that Wayne Goss talked about. So what he did is he said, put a line under your eyes all the way along. So I'll do that both sides.
They're taking damage.
Okay, and then he said you need to join it up. So you go up here, past this point, and then you draw a line into your crease, like so, and join it up to that line. Okay, so I'm just placing this at the moment, guys. All right, now you don't need to worry about taking it up too high,
Why'd they go all the way
because
across the
this,
back?
I'm going to put a link to his video as well, because obviously he is the man and he will explain it a lot better than me. But you'll see why I don't need to take it across too much in a minute. Okay, so when you've got that and it's linked up, then you fill in between. All right, until you're, I think he said 2/3 of the way in. Obviously, I mean 1/3.
He leaves a hand cannon. Leaves a hand cannon. That's what they call it, a hand cannon. It's like just a pistol.
And then the other side. Okay, and so now I'm going to speed all this up, but you basically need to blend it in, take it in, and blend like crazy. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, I'm back. Now, there's still a bit of a line, a bit of a start line underneath. don't worry, I'm going to deal with that in a minute. And I'm also going to deal with this. So I'm kind of doing a bit of a variation on Wayne's theme, but don't worry. So I'm now going to take, I have been into real pinks recently on my eyelids. I think they work really well. And so I'm going to take this MAC one, which is called Paradisco. And it's, as you can see, a lovely coral pink. And I'm going to just put some of that on my fingers, and I'm going to press it onto the top of that Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light wand. So it's going to stick to the Beauty Light wand, but it's also going to give it a bit of an extra pop and take the powdery look off, the potential powdery look of the eyeshadow, because there's a cream underneath. It's kind of like mixing it really with the Beauty Light wand, except you're putting it on top.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Like so. And I'm going to put a little bit of a hint of this with a pencil brush underneath.
It's probably because our tube is like doing that.
Just a little
Oh,
hint.
it's still until the... I need a sniping weapon. Oh, wait a minute, I have a bald eagle.
Okay.
/ hand cannon.
Now, the next thing is that Wayne, when he did this look, is he talked about highlighting. And I'm going to get a really small brush now, because he showed a method of highlighting that really looks beautiful. And I'm just going to get a brush. Okay, I don't have any Wayne Goss brushes. Sorry, Wayne. If you're watching this and you'd like to send me one, you can but try. I'm very trying. Okay, sorry about my son in the background. First of all, I'm just going to use an accent brush. This is by Real Techniques. And I'm going to put on the Beauty Light wand again. And what he did is he did a kind of circle round here. He just circled round rather than putting a big clump on here. He just went round the tear duct. And the reason I'm putting the Beauty Light wand on first is to act as a primer again, so that it will stay. Because especially, I don't know about you, but I find... Jack, just keep your voice down a little bit, please, darling. Thank you. Is that... It's because he's got headphones on, he can't hear.
Yes, I've got headphones on.
What this will do is, if I find around my tear duct, that's the first bit of eyeshadow that comes off. So it's, I'm just kind of using this as a primer, really, to help the powder stick a bit more. And then I'm going to go back to my palette, and I've got one here called Honey Lust, which is this one here.
What?
And I'm going to use that to highlight around there, and also
guys, you glitched it. You see me going for it, don't you?
I might put a bit of shroom as well, because this might be a bit dark, and I can't remember exactly what I did the other day, but I'll put this and I'll put a bit of shroom over the top. I think shroom might, because shroom is lighter, it might just look a bit more of a highlighty shade. Yeah. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is, not with shroom, but with Honey Lust, is I'm then going to dab some of that Honey Lust just at the end there. So going about a quarter of the way in, just to brighten up. You see that? So it goes a little bit lighter in the corner. Again, just dabbing it over the top.
A thumb, that's almost scoped AR.
Okay. And then with shroom, I'm just going to, this is what Wayne did as well, is just to put the highlighter there and there. Okay, now the only variation of a theme of Wayne's is because I've still got bits that sort of not quite blended in. I'm going to go in with my favourite shadow, which is Kid, which is this one, because it is the most brilliant transition shade. And I'm just going to do it under this eye here, and you will see how it takes that harsh line off. You can't really see that you've put shadow on, but it just makes it look less harsh a line. Can you see that? It's subtle, but it works. And then again at the top, I'm just going to use this. A lot of people use transition as the first thing they do, and I actually like using it as the last. And again here, just to transition up to the brow. Okay, and then we're going to get on to the eyeliner. Okay, so Wayne does a stamping technique with black eyeshadow, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But because we're doing our double wear, I want to try out this liner. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go in with this eyeliner, and I'm going to be right back because I can't have somebody bouncing round behind me while I'm trying to put eyeliner on, or I'll end up taking my eyes out. I know you are, darling.
With my weird looking hair.
All right, I'll give it a go.
And I'm only just getting a cornetto.
So you want to get this as close as possible to the lash line.
And don't get as far as possible.
No.
If you do, you will mess up.
No, that will be on my forehead then, darling. And this is incredibly soft, this eye pencil. And then I'm going to go back very quickly with the smudger. The smudger is fantastic. It's like one of those rubbers that you have at the end of a pencil or erasers.
Delicious.
It just smudges it out beautifully. So this is a variation on Wayne's now, but not too much of one. And then the other side. So what Wayne did is he stamped black eyeshadow right next to the lash line, and it did actually look better than doing this, but I just wanted to show you the double wear pencil. But I definitely try the stamping with the black eyeshadow because it really looks good. And turn it round and smudge it out. And I want to link it up again underneath. Okay, now another variation on Wayne's is that he uses a black eyeshadow, which I did do the other day. But what I'm going to do is a brown, the dark embark brown shade again instead. And with the detail brush, just the tip of it, I'm going to go along and dab along the lash line as close to the lash as possible, stamping it in on top of that liner. So it's going to give me a kind of purpley browny line. And it will also set the eyeliner into place. You're almost tucking that brush, where you are tucking that brush into that tiny fold between your lashes and your upper lid. Which gives you maximum room at the top. And then just for uniformity's sake, I'm going to put some of that over there and blend it in, over there, and blend it in, and run a little bit underneath where I put that purple, so that it all looks the same colour.
I don't think he knows I'm on the pot.
Okay, so that's the eyes. I'm now going to get onto my mascara, which I'll do off camera. Actually, I'll do one of them, and then I'll do the other one off camera, because I want to show you this. Okay, I've given them a bit of a curl, but this is MAC Upward Lash. They're discontinuing this, and I have no idea why. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it on one eye. MAC, if you're watching, please, please don't discontinue it. I've got one spare,
75.
but it is just wonderful. Now, I've just done that upper lash, the upper part of the lash. Now, let me just brush it on from the root, and you will see what I mean. It is just amazing. Look at that. Just fantastic.
I'm
Do the under eye.
So many of my
Okay.
friends.
I'll just do the other one and I'll be right back. Okay, I forgot one step, which is to do tight line,
He looked in front of him and he
which I'm going to do with the purple.
at Dusty. And
Wayne would say do it in black, but I'm going to do it with purple.
No, he didn't know where I was even.
And I'm going to do the lower waterline as well. And just take that out there. And then the other one. I used to be able to do my upper and lower waterline in one go. I used to do that, and I'd just go like that and it would do them both. But I've got out of the trick of doing it, but I'll have to practice it and do it again for you guys. I used to do that when I was on stage. I think as you get older, your eyes get a bit more sensitive, but I literally used to shut my eyes on it and go like that and do them both at the same time. Okay, so that's my eyes completed, and now I'm going to finish off with some highlighter, some powder highlighter to really get the glow going, and some lipstick. Okay, I'm sorry about the lighting here today. It just seems to be particularly, oh, that might be a little bit better, particularly bad today. But right, so next I'm going to, now because I've put a lot of powder, this is going to seem like an awful lot of makeup, but this is about something lasting a long time. So because I am wanting it to last, and because I put a lot of powder on, I really want to make the face look a bit more glowy than it is. So what I did is with Improper Copper from MAC. Sorry, I'm not explaining things very well today. It's Cream Colour Base by MAC in Improper Copper. I pressed that onto the skin. So I'm kind of layering up my highlighters, because when they start to melt off, I've got something else underneath. So this is sort of like if you're going to a wedding all day and you want something to last and last. Then the trick is to layer it all up. Okay, and then I'll put some of that down here, just a little sweep. Now if you are fair, don't go for improper copper, go for Hush.
Me?
Okay, and then on the top of that, I'm then going to get my setting brush, and I am going to use this travel size mini highlighter by Ofra in Blissful. Now Ofra highlighters are very, very glowy. They are not for the faint-hearted, but I don't think they look too glittery. Let me just show you on my finger, so you will see they are pigmented, but they're not glittery pigmented, but they will show up. So with a setting brush,
oh yeah, you can't forget about Johnny and Mullighetto.
You will be seen from Mars, but it will just give you a gorgeous glow. And don't forget that I am probably darker than a lot of you that are watching me, so it's going to show up more as a contrast on my skin.
Yeah, I remember.
Put a bit down here.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean?
So I'm giving myself a glow back, but it's not a sweaty glow. It's,
yeah, it was just like before,
it's a fresh glow.
They are like the best weapons to snipe with.
Okay, and just a little bit
and
above
when
the
the
lips,
hunting rifles were out, I
like
didn't
so.
even know they was a
And
weapon, and I was just like,
if you want to go back in, you can also put a little bit more. I'll do that before I finish off, a little bit more around that area, but I don't want to press it there. I want to do it in the Wayne Goss way. So you can do that as well, and I'll do that for the final photo. And then to finish off, what I used the other day was Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in Supersize Me. And again, I'll put this all over my lips. And then over the top, which is quite a bit lighter, I used American Sweetheart. So if you don't go right up to the corner, you get a bit of an ombre effect. See? And that, my friends, is today's look. I'm going to finish it off by putting some Wayne Goss approved Skindanavia bridal setting spray, and then that's me done. And I will see you very soon. Take care, and I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you want to see how long this lasted, then see yesterday's video, because I'm now going to continue that one. Okay, see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.